guys! Welcome back to our channel, Beauty Made
Piece by Piece.
And today we are taking all of our Ipsy products that we have accumulated over the past 2-3 years, and we're doing an entire face using about 99% of our products. So if you're curious,
please keep watching.
We've been subscribed to Ipsy.
I think I will be 2 years in December.
So it might be like 3 years.
Yes. I completely forgot about, I would say like 70 to 75% of the stuff that
Especially
we have.
People like us that collect makeup and have a lot of it. There was stuff that I was like, oh yeah. Of course, there will be a few things that we did not get from Ipsy that we have to use, because no matter what, we still want to do a full face of gorgeous makeup for you guys. And when we do use those products, we will definitely let you know.
We have to throw out a little disclaimer that we do have a little bit more Ipsy items than the average Ipster, because first of all, there's 2 of us. Second of all, we do have a couple products in here that we are using from the Ipsy giveaway that we won.
Now, I do want to mention, I gathered up pretty much all of the brushes that I had gotten from Ipsy, and I did include the brush set that we won in our win, but there's not enough to do everything with just these brushes, so we will be pulling in other brushes.
And as always, when we usually do our tutorials, to save time for you guys off screen, we always do foundation and brows, just to let you know. So for foundation, we did use an Ipsy product today that was Franki's.
Yes, I think this is the only foundation I've ever received
in
Ipsy.
I never got one. So.
And this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. This is in the shade 117 equals Y225. For my brows, I had gotten an Ofra eyebrow pencil. We will put the name of it somewhere around here. That was the one thing I forgot to bring out. And then when I'm done doing my makeup, I always top them off with powder, which I've received 2 awesome eyebrow powders from Ipsy. The first one is by Inspire, and a next one by Peak. And you know, her and I were kind of talking, and we are planning on doing like a sit down chit chat background question video, and I will discuss my eyebrow situation and why I have none and why I haven't really done them on camera yet. It's a little nerve-wracking, guys, but I'm definitely getting more comfortable with you guys. So if anybody has a condition like I do, or even if you shave your eyebrows, which there's nothing wrong with that, even after drawing them on since I was 11, I'm not a pro, trust me. It's still one of the major things that I worry about with everyday looks. But I would gladly talk to you guys about it and do a demonstration or just different tips of what to do. But yeah, we will sit down and kind of talk about all that in that video.
We kind of did notice that the majority of the eyeshadows that we both kind of had are mostly like browns, or like very earthy tones, taupes, golds.
I did kind of sneak this in. This was from our win that we got. This is the NYX Love Contours All.
I'm going to go ahead and take this Aurora Ipsy concealer.
I'm going to actually dip into that NYX Love Contours All palette and just into this nice cream matte right here. And with my trusty BMPBP applicator, and just literally go from lid to brow all over my lid. We both got this a while back. This is an eyeshadow trio by City Color called Falling Leaves, and this is the Palm Island bronzer from Ciate London, which is a matte bronzer, and I'm going to actually mix it with this matte rust color over here and start defining my crease. I will be going a little above my crease. I have a lot of lid to work with.
I'm going to be going into the same little eyeshadow triplet with this SL Miss Glam Precise blending brush.
I'm going to actually use this Elizabeth Mott blending brush.
I'm going to start blending that out with a Bugishi taper blending brush.
I'm going to blend mine out as well in a minute, but I am just going to add just a little more of just that red color, just right where I was, just on the outer corner. I'm just going to take a Luxie 205 tapered blending brush and just take it clean and just blend these out up here. We had both received one of the Douce single shadows. I'm going to actually go in with this color first. It is like a reddish rust, but you can see maybe a tad bit of purple in there. I'm going to keep this lower, but I'm going to actually bring this down here and bring it in the corner.
Now I'm going to go into this little Pacifica palette of Franki's and go into this very yummy dark chocolate color here and put that on the outer V of my eye. I'm going to go in with this Makeup Beauty Cosmetics brush.
I'm going to go into this Eat Matrimony. It's just like a little single, and it's pretty much just a matte, deep, dark plum color.
I'm going to jump in with this Beauté Basic Single Eyeshadow. I'm going to take that same brush, BT Dub, if you have hooded eyes or semi-hooded eyes like me. It's a good little trick to take an angled brush and kind of flip it upside down and kind of pack your outer corner that way.
I'm bringing this down on the inner corner and the outer corner, trying to leave a space in the middle, but it's no big deal. We can always take concealer or whatever and cover that up if you mess up. But
I'm going to go in with this NYX Prismatic Eyeshadow in Bedroom Eyes.
this is one of my favorite things that I've got in an Ipsy bag. This is by Royal and Langnickel, the Precision Angled Brush. I'm going to dip back into that cream color that I started out with and just kind of blend out those top harsh lines there a little bit.
Ooh, that's looking beautiful.
Thanks.
I'm going to go in with yet another Bugishi brush. This is the Illuminator brush. I'm going to use it to kind of help buff out the top of my shadows.
I'm going to now dip into like this deepest like chocolate brown here. I'm going to focus most of this on the outer corner here.
I am so excited, you guys. I'm going to go in with definitely one of my top 3 fave Ipsy products of all time. And it is Lounge by Urban Decay.
So now I'm going to go into the NYX Fireball, which explains it very well. It's just very metallic and shiny and red and orangish, and I'm gonna pretty much, you'll see, because I'm not exactly sure of the placement. I'm gonna actually go in with this brush that I had gotten, I think last bag or so. This is by IBY Beauty, and it is their crease brush. I talked about how I love it because it's very small, so really great for detailed work and lay stuff where you really want it to lay it.
I'm going to take this Cella Ivory Lace highlighter pencil and I'm going to put this like in my inner corner up a little bit, and then we're going to lay some kind of gold, I think, down. I don't know.
Nice.
Get back to you. I'm going to go into this Hikari Radiate Shimmer Bronzer that we both got and forgot about.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
I was telling her I always use it as an eyeshadow. The gold is very intense and very pretty.
That's what I'm going to go in with. And I'm going to go in with this Luxie 141 mini round brush. Oh, I think me likes.
Oh, I like it too. I am putting that in my crease, but I am going to bring it down just on the bottom outer corner there. Again, just slightly dip into those 2 colors there again and just smooth out these lines. I am also going to take that concealer stick, make a little bit of room here in the middle, and then I am going to cheat just a tad bit, you guys, and use a little bit of NYX Glitter Primer because I really want to go into one of my Naked Cosmetic pigments. It is Sierra Nevada 03.
I'm going to go in with this Hikari liquid eyeliner in Iris. And no wing for me. I'm just going to hit the upper lash line.
And just a small tip for a halo eye. You definitely want to keep it, you know, where you want it, but it is a good idea to bring it slightly into your crease, so when you open your eye you can actually see that color. You can see I've kind of foiled that in the middle, but I'm still going to spread it kind of out here, and I'm going to take it a little into the corner where it's not foiled like the middle of it, but it just still has that little trace. I'm just going to take a little bit of this one, DEO2, and just do a little bit of an inner corner highlight here.
I'm probably going to jump under my under eye, actually. I'm going to go in with this Meet Matrimony single eyeshadow on a angled brush.
So I'm just going to literally take some, this is Rimmel Removes Waterproof Mascara, and just wipe my eye.
We always forget makeup wipes, like it never fails.
Yeah. I'm going to start with concealer and stuff underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to bring in a different powder and bake.
I am going to hit up under my eyes and around my nose with this.
After you make sure your concealer is spread out, either go directly in. If you wait a few seconds, go back over it with your damp sponge again and make sure all of your creases are out, because if you set your creases, you set your creases. So we're going to actually go into that NYX Above Contours All palette and go into the lightest shade here.
I start actually bronzing my entire face and neck before I go in with contour, and I'm actually going to start with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Park Avenue Princess bronzer that we both received maybe like 2 months ago.
I'm going to actually go into that Ciate London bronzer first. It's a matte bronzer. I really like this bronzer. Very small, but I like it.
We're going to take that Ugishi Illuminator brush, dip into our Love Contours All palette, and just do a, hopefully, a little light nose contour.
Now I'm going to go into this beautiful Tarte Park Ave Princess bronzer, which we both love.
We're moving on to the under eyes, and I'm going to take that Matrimony on this Mini Round Luxie brush, and I am going to put that on that bottom lash line. Kind of heavy. I both kind of think we want a dramatic under eye, so that's what we're going to do.
I'm going to dip back into that same color that's on my lid, and I'm going to actually line it down. I'm going to run this color all the way under as well, so it kind of meets there and comes down.
Since I don't use the shadow shield as a guide, I always kind of end up with a gap on my top lid, and when I am working my under eye shadows, that's kind of when I take the opportunity to fill in that gap up there and kind of create a faux wing. Make sure you blend out that shadow on the lower lash line too. I think a lot of people don't take the time to explain that when you're watching tutorials, and it's super important always to do that. You don't want it to look unblended or harsh. I'm going back into that same Hikari palette and going back into that gold and pulling it down onto that inner corner on the lower lash line.
I'm going to take NYX Bedroom Eyes, and I'm going to focus this closer into the lash line, but pretty much from like my outer corner, just maybe halfway in, a third way in or so. I'm going to wipe off this bake.
You do it, girl!
Wipe off this bake. I'm just going to go in with this Rimmel Stay Matte powder here. Like I said, you can just wipe your bake off with the same powder, or just wipe it off just with a brush. Alright guys, so we are actually going to go off screen real fast, put on a little eyelashes, and then we will be back to finish our blush, highlighter, and lips, and some setting spray, and you guys can see the final look.
I'm going to be using the Pacifica blush duo that is from last month's bag.
And I am going to go into this Happy Hibiscus, and then I will probably be topping it off with this Bella Pierre Mineral Blush in Autumn Glow.
Don't for good measure, I'm going to throw in this Balm Springs blush. Why not?
Why not? Just on my apples, I'm going to do a little bit of this Rose Rust. It's just a tad bit brighter. This was one of the first most expensive highlighters I've ever gotten, and we won it in our Ipsy win, and it was such a huge deal for me. This is Ofra Rodeo Drive. Then I'm actually going to top it with that Nomad Midnight Sun that we had gotten in our last Ipsy bag, which is very beautiful.
I am going to go in with Urban Decay All Nighter and then also with the same Nomad highlighter. We're both going to be using this Tarte Ready Set Radiant that we actually didn't get in the Ipsy bag. I redeemed this with points and it's amazing. We're just taking our sponges and we really like to just kind of push our setting spray into our skin. That way, I think you might have explained it in a video actually, we just don't really like that wet feeling.
And also, setting spray will stick to your facial hair and make it stand up. So I think, and I mean, other than that, that's a lot of people's reasoning, but I think it just, like you said, it just really sets everything in and locks it in. And
for my dry skin homies, it also, if you do this with your sponge, it kind of lays down the dry skin flakes also.
It makes sense, yeah.
This is from Model Co.
I really feel like
it's like a universal.
Yeah, because I remember when I saw this lid, that cap, and I was like...
I was the same way, I didn't use it for the longest time.
And then I opened it, so yeah, I think that they kind of made it like a nude universal color.
And then over top of that liner, I'm just going very simple on the lips. I'm going to take this Tardiest lip paint. I think it's just a no, rosé, I'm sorry.
I do not wear red lipstick often. I love it on everybody else, but I can't seem to love it on myself. But tonight I'm stepping out of the box. I'm going to be putting on the NYX Butter Lipstick in Lifeguard and also a little bit of Absolute New York in Dark Red.
Alright guys, so these are our final looks using 99.7% all Ipsy Glam Bag products.
That's right, and it was fun.
I was just going to say, how fun was that?
It really was, and being people that have tons of makeup and endless of makeup, when you have a certain thing you have to stick to, even though there's a shitload here, it was fun to be able to think of different looks and, I mean, literally wear a red lip for the first time in my whole life and actually like
gorgeous.
it. Yeah, so we're excited. It was a good night.
Until we see you next time, please remember that just like life,
beauty is a puzzle. You gotta take it
day by day
and piece
by piece. Bye guys.
Also, just a little sneak peek. I'm sure you guys have heard of the Fenty Beauty and the new crazy unique highlighter called Trophy Wife, which is gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But soon we'll be doing a very intense dupe video. And I just want to show you something that is $3 and pretty much identical. We're not going to give it away right now, so stay tuned for the next one, you guys.